Hey there, welcome to the Jazz Piano School podcast, episode number 175. I'm the creator and founder, Brendan Lowe. In this particular podcast episode, we're going to be giving away one of the analysis from our new specialty course, Christmas Joy, that's being set to release on Black Friday, along with another amazing opportunity to actually join Jazz Piano School. Now, Jazz Piano School has been closed since the launch of our brand new platform, Jazz Piano School 2.0. But of course, it's Black Friday, so we're going to be reopening it on Black Friday through Cyber Monday with two amazing offers. And if you're on our email list, you'll definitely get access to those offers. If you're not, definitely go sign up. You can do that by going to the link below because it's a brand new free video workshop that I created, 5-part video workshop to teach you how to fish, right? And that's my whole philosophy. I want to teach people how to fish. I don't want to just give you the fish. So if you want the bigger picture, right? The long game picture on learning jazz piano to develop as a complete player without any holes, right? Without frustration, stress, and you want to learn about the education system that I created and that we use and have used and are using to successfully teach thousands of people how to play jazz piano, go to the link below, okay? Sign up for the 5-part video workshop and you will get that video workshop, and you'll also get our two amazing Black Friday offers that contain free access to the Christmas specialty course that this podcast is about. All right, let's go right to the analysis.
All right, welcome to Let It Snow. This is a really, really fun one. I absolutely love this song. I added a solo in here that I'm going to be analyzing as well, so that's kind of a treat for you guys. I told you before, I didn't want to add solos into everything because it would get pretty intense, and again, this course isn't about improvisation, but I did want to add a couple in here and there, so they are sprinkled through the course, and this happens to be one of them. So, with that being said, let's get started. So I am using the 1625, and I love it. I mean, I love this one, right? Now, you may be wondering about that particular voicing right there, right? Sometimes, I've explored certain voicings, right? And I've just come up with different ones that I really, really like, right? For no apparent reason. Now, this over the C, right, is kind of like a D major 7 chord without the third, right? It also could be viewed like an A flat triad with the fourth in there. So you can view it two ways. It doesn't really matter. But I discovered this voicing just playing around, and I love it. So I use it often in the 1625s with in the key of F, or excuse me, not in the key of F, but like in replace of the 6 chord. Anytime I'm kind of playing these 1625s, so that's where that comes from, right? And then down to the G minor, and then I have this break here. I don't think we got to that. Let me keep going here. Now, the thing about the break is I want you to notice, just look at what register's in, right? It's down in this low, meaty area, and I love improvising down here. I'll even improvise down here. That's a great, great texture area to improvise in, and you should be improvising in the entirety of the piano, like all over, like all the way down here. Right? No matter where it is, you should try improvising there, and it makes for amazing, amazing textures. All right? Here we go. Now, my approach to the beginning of Let It Snow is a halftime feel, right? I'm not going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Let me scroll back up here in the music. So here, right, I'm holding my left hand voicings. So I'm kind of creating this halftime feel, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Just to kind of set things up, take things slow, right? I want to kind of build into what we're going to be getting into, right? Let's check it out again. Still halftime here. Right now, you've heard, if you, as you go through the course, you're going to hear this. I love that. It's a quick little ditty to resolve to the 1. Takes 2 seconds, all 6 chords, right? E flat 6, E6, F6 chords, right? Just a little quick thing. Really, really cool thing to add into your repertoire. So there, I kind of hit a G sus chord actually, which isn't there, and I'll make that change there. I hit this G sus, right, to bring us to the key of C, which is the new key that we're going to be going to, right? And sometimes that wasn't written in, right? But sometimes you need that. Throw in the 5 chord of whatever key you're going to. Now, as we go into the bridge here, I start to play stride. And I'm using this kind of Kenny Barron method that he uses on this duo album, and he's just using 2 notes, just the thirds, and that will already create. You don't need the 7ths. I know I teach that, but sometimes you don't, and sometimes the simplicity works, and that's for an advanced player. But like here, it works really well, just playing those 2 notes in the left hand. Now, all those chords were written in there as part of the chart, and I liked it, actually, and I've seen that before. Obviously, you have this chromatic moving down, part. Right? And then moving down into the D. Now, there's a lot of stuff you can do with that. I didn't really want to change that in any way, but you definitely could reharm those in a lot of cool, fancy ways because you have a lot of dominant chords there, right? Let's take it from here. Oops, sorry. Sorry, guys. Hold on one second. Gotta get the notation. Scrolling notation, it's got to work with you sometimes. Here we go. I got it. We'll have to start a little bit further behind. Why is it doing that? All right. There we go. You just get to listen to it again, right? So here's the bridge, my stride. Dominant chords coming down. Now there, I kind of had the... So this sus chord, I love the sus chord. It fits very, very nicely. Right? And then into this C7, flat 9, flat 13. Beautiful lush chord there. And again, this is a 2-hand voicing build. 1, 7, 3, and then I'm adding my flat 9, flat 13, and then now going on to the A after the bridge, right? I'm choosing to use this pedal thing, which we're right on. So I'm pedaling everything in C, in my left hand on the key of C, as you'll see. C, as you'll see, geez. As you'll listen to, right, coming up right here. Right, C. So once I get into my soul here, I go into this, I call this the Oscar Peterson bassline feel because I rarely hear other players do this. Dave McKenna obviously loved to walk bass. If you guys haven't heard of him, definitely check him out. But Dave McKenna was more of the walking bass type. He definitely did this style. I originally heard it from Oscar, but the low end... That's like definitely Oscar's thing. He's using all these blues licks and stuff like that. So definitely that's very ingrained into my playing. Like I said before, getting down here into the lower registers is such a great characteristic and feature of improvisation when you can do that. Right? Listen to the power and like the depth and richness in that register right there. It's so amazing. I mean, you guys need to keep in mind that's a very thin, it has, the higher registers have a thin quality, right? They don't have much substance. The lower registers are great, and so many people disregard that. They don't play down here. And man, it's like you're leaving all of this out, right? So definitely add this low register into your improv. I'm starting out with mostly blues. Again, so the blues scale here, just regular blues, and then what I like to call the major blues scale. So on the end, the major 6 blues scale, excuse me, I have the 6 instead of the 7. Again, Oscar Peterson loves to use that instead of the 7. Okay, I also have a lot of the major blues scale, what I like to call. So here's our major blues scale. All right, and that's essentially all I'm doing here. I'm just thinking F blues the entire time. Now here, just notice something. When I move up into the higher registers now, it takes on a whole new feel. Like if I'd started there, you would have expected that, right? And then you'd be like, okay, yeah, that's how solos usually begin. But since I started in the lower register, then moved up, when I do that, it's like refreshing. You know, it's like, oh man, okay, that sounds really good, right? Let me go back just a little bit here so you can hear that. Now high register. Now I start comping here in the beginning of my solo on the bridge, and don't forget to do that. I mean, that's no problem. You don't have to play single note lines all the time, right? Add in some different textures, some chordal improvisation, right? And I'm also reflecting the melody, kind of, stating exactly where we are in the tune. So definitely a good thing to add in anytime you're doing a solo. That's a little cool reharm there. And again, the chords, right? I wanted to write in the chords. I want to write in the original chords of the jazz chart so you could see what I was doing. So to approach the G sus chord, I simply approached the G sus with an A flat sus. So I went A flat sus down into the G sus. Now how did I get there? You guys, hopefully you watched all of the reharm video, right? I took a tritone of D. Well, first, right? The D minor 7, what did I do? I made that a secondary dominant. So I made that a D7, and then I took the tritone of D7 and I made that an A flat 7, and then I made that a sus chord. Boom, A flat sus, down into the G sus, and then what did I do from there? I actually turned the G chord, the G7, into a tritone as well, made that D flat, right? D flat 13 here, D flat 9, and then down into the C chord, right? That's a really cool quick reharm I threw in there. So you'll see I'm kind of using this rhythmic figure a lot, and our transcriptionist put it as kind of like a six grouping of a triplet feel, like a 6 triplet feel grouping. And that's kind of like when I'm laying back, right? I'm using this triplet feel, but I'm laying back, and it wasn't so prevalent there, but again, that like kind of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, right? So and that's kind of the same voicings I used from before as well. So clearly I like those voicings right there. Let's take it from here. Oops, sorry, I did it again. My bad. We'll have to go back a little bit. Oh, man, this thing is killing me. Here we go. There we go. There's the reharm motif. Now check it out. It's the first time I'm actually using long strings of 16th notes, right, to go through to actually put in my solo, and it creates a really nice texture, like because I haven't used many 16th notes yet, right, until this point, and it's coming from before that, right? As you see here, I'm using this triplet line. I haven't used many triplets either, and so that was a really nice thing for me to do here, and then move into the 16th note line, right? And then back into the head out. Now here, because I wanted to keep the energy up, I just kept the stride going in my left hand. And all I'm doing here is just simple shells. Like, check it out. It's just shells, right? So just shells. Let me see, where am I? And then again, single notes here, right? More shells here. Very, very simple stuff, right? Happening. It sounds more complicated than it actually is. My goodness. This thing's going to kill me. There we go. Now here, I was getting kind of like antsy, to tell you a little behind what I'm doing here and my thoughts. And I remember this because I was like, I'm playing the same, like I've played the head like so many times now. And if I had a little bit more time, I could have reharmed it a little bit more, right? But I went into kind of a softer version. I kind of brought things down a little bit. I was just playing the single note pedal in my left hand, but it could have been done a little bit better than I actually did it, to be honest with you. And again, I was looking for some way to change it up, right? You want to be able to look out for ways to kind of change things and arrange things better than I did here, right? So that they have more texture and character and flavor. Because after playing Let It Snow, the head, like 3, 4, 5, 6 times, it's like, okay, it's like this is getting a little repetitive here. You know what I mean? And on the bridge here, I just kind of, again, I stayed with the same approach that I used before. Just that stride feel. Actually, one thing to note that I just realized, listen to the difference in the bridge, right? Because on the bridge, I start using the pedal. Okay, so I do add a different flavor and texture to the bridge here because I add the pedal in. Before here, I'm not using the pedal. Let's go back a little bit further, right? So check out the difference in the no pedal versus pedal. It completely changes the way the tune sounds. Oh my goodness. All right, this thing's gonna really. Here we go. Hopefully this works. Oops, sorry guys. Hold on. My apologies. There we go. All right, check it out. Pedal. Right, you hear that difference? It's a different texture. And then I go back into no pedal when I come out of the bridge. Oh no, I stay with it just a little bit. Just to keep that kind of more elegant feel going on. All right, what ending do I use here? Right, so I used a tag. Here, right? So I just went down to the 6, and I'm playing a 6 rootless altered chord, right? My left hand, again, that's all it is. And then tagged it, right? Going down here. Right here, here's my tag. And then I actually did shells this time, right? On that middle measure. Okay, and then what I did is kind of lengthened. I lengthened the melody on those 2 bars as it starts to play here. I kind of lengthened that melody. Now this progression I use, again, you should definitely know this. 1/3, 4. This could be dominant 4. Diminished 7 here. And then you can either hit here and then do a break like I did, or you can go 1/5, 6, 2, 5, 1. Or you can do that break there. So This can be a 6 chord, a dominant, or it can be just a regular triad. So I like playing the 6 chord, diminished, and then you can do the Ellington ending. And then, right, you could do that. There's so many different ways you can go. I chose to do low end bass notes, as you can see here, and soloing and improvising in my right hand, which you can definitely do. Okay. So essentially what I'm doing there, and you can check out the performance of it to see the notation anyway, but when I hit my F7 sharp 11, all I'm doing is arpeggiating and shaking. Arpeggiating and shaking. So I'm not necessarily just doing a full arpeggio, right? So again, I have A, third, the sharp 11, 7, and 9. What I'm doing is kind of going... So I'm doing like doing this, and then moving up, and then moving up again, right? Okay, that's a neat little trick there. Instead of just rolling or arpeggiating, you can roll, roll, roll. And it gives this kind of like a echoey effect, which is really, really cool. All right, a lot of amazing things in there, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next tune.
All right, well, I hope you guys enjoyed that analysis. That was the analysis of a performance within the specialty course. So again, I hope you guys enjoyed that. Don't forget to sign up for our 5-part free video workshop in which I go over the entire Jazz Piano School system. I pull back the curtain on everything that we use and teach inside of Jazz Piano School, not to mention piano demonstrations, workbooks, all these free resources and materials, so definitely go check that out. If you're not subscribed to our channel, we release a new podcast every single Wednesday and a new lick of the week every single Monday. So definitely go ahead and hit subscribe below. I hope you guys have a fantastic day, and I will see you in the next episode.